Hello everyone, Basic Ollie here, hope you're all doing well and welcome back to another GT Sport video. So what have I got for you today then? Well, we've got Daily Race B for this week's Daily Races and it is around the Red Bull Ring. You can see the qualifying times here, so a 1:28 is a very, very good time indeed. So you want to get as close to that as possible, if not even lower. Now this was on a Monday, so those times have improved significantly. It was the Aston Martin Vantage, which I still believe is the most dominant car, but there are a few more surprise entries, shall we say, into that top 10 times. So let's just jump straight into this race then, because I've got 3 races for you guys today, and they are pretty good, I'd say, pretty damn good. So we're going to get this one underway, going through the first corner, Niki Lauda curve. You're going to see the yellow curb on the inside of that corner. It's quite vital, it's a really good indication of what you need to do to go through that first corner. You need to almost clip just the yellow curb ever so slightly, just to make sure that you actually get through the corner and don't go wide on the exit, because it can really make a massive difference. Easy to get a corner cut and penalty. This right-hander then turn to only 8 corners of this track, so you've got to make sure you nail your braking point as you go through there. If you brake too late, you're just going to go too wide into the corner and you're going to go uphill too much to the left, and you just can't seem to get the power down. It's a little bit of a, well, I say a little bit of an issue, it's a big issue. It can really affect your lap time. Through here then, turn 3, nice and tight on the right hand side. Make sure you get a nice smooth exit through the right hander here, over to the left and over to the right hand side. This one braking after the cones is a little bit of a white line as well, which you can use. I keep it nice and tight on the left hand side. Making sure as we go through here, you can see the curb, do not go 4 wheels over the green stuff, you will get a penalty. Same thing here as well, if you go 4 wheels over that red curb and over the white line, you're going to get yourself a half-second penalty, or possibly a second penalty. I've seen different reports, I've had different experiences going through that. Anyways, turn 7, same sort of thing. You can see the curbs, always use those as an indication. Just make sure you try and stay off the green stuff as much as you possibly can. Then through the last corner, turn 8. Really is an absolute menace, that corner. It can really make or break. So easy to get a penalty through there. But you can see Lawrence is actually sticking on the back of us here. Looks for a move up the inside, thinks better of it, decides to back off. Now that put me off a little bit, and I went through that first corner with nowhere near as much pace as I should have done. I made the corner easily, but you know, I was doing about 60 miles an hour, nowhere near good enough or quick enough. So he is going to have the slipstream, so he's going to slingshot himself over to the left-hand corner. Now I just need to make sure that I outbrake him, or I'm just in line, just to use my car as almost like a self-defense mechanism to make sure he can't turn in. There's nowhere for him to go. If he turns in, he's just going to go into the side of my door panel, and that's exactly what we do. We managed to keep P1, but straight away you can see Lawrence is straight up to the pace. He's not going to give me an easy run-in for this race. Anyways, turn 3 once more, again, nice and tight. Really difficult to get the power down, but we managed to do that. So we're going to skip ahead now. We set a lap time of 1:29.7. Not magnificent, I do have to say, but Lawrence makes a nice move up the inside, straight up into P1 now, which he thoroughly deserves. Now I'm going to have to see if I can retaliate here, potentially get the position back. Now it's my turn to attack, so I've got the slipstream, go over to the left, and I kind of juke him there, and I go over to the right hand side. I'm going to do the same sort of thing here. Just going to make sure I'm going to keep an eye when he brakes, and I'm just going to brake marginally after him, and I managed to get that P1 position back, so I lost it temporarily, but I have managed to get it back. So we're going to go ahead a little bit more here, so we're on to lap 3, just about to end it, so we've just got 2 corners to go, so we're going to go through laps 7. We're going to go through corner 7. You can see Lawrence in the radar there. He's going to go for a move. He thinks about it. He does go for it. Now I have to give him the room, but there's a little bit of contact. But it doesn't matter. It's just good, clean, hard racing. Nothing of it. So he got the position back here. But once again, it's my turn to attack. So now I have the slipstream. Puts his hazards on. Say thank you. No issues, mate. It's all good. So I've got the slipstream now. I've got the decision here. Do I go for a move up the inside? I do decide to go for it. I go up the right-hand side there, through the second corner, or first corner, I should say. Nice smooth move, making sure I don't touch the yellow curb on the left hand side. Really unsettles the car if you're not careful. I managed to get that move done, and going through the last corner here, skipping ahead to lap 5, we managed to cross the line. I believe Lawrence got himself a half-second penalty, so just dropped back a little bit, but that's the first race over with. Plenty of action in it straight away. There's a few penalties as well, as you can see, but that's P1. So we got the first race of the video, and we got a win straight away. So what can we do to challenge ourselves a little bit more? Well, I was thinking of what car can I use to really challenge myself, and the one that popped in my mind was the Renault. So we're going to jump into the Renault now, and we're going to see what we can do in this second race in the Renault. Now this thing is garbage here, and you're going to find out pretty quickly. MR cars are pretty good here, but for some reason this Renault it really lacks traction when you need it most, and it's an absolute killer. So in slow speed corners, it's horrible. So let's find out just how bad it really is. So I'm going to wait for the 3 red lights, or the countdown, I should say. So we're going to wait for the 3, 2, 1, and then we'll be away. And you're really going to see the difference in speed now. So we get ourselves underway for race 2 around the Red Bull Ring, 5 laps. And you can see straight away, look at that Aston Martin. Look at it, the slipstream. He's going to have me in the first corner. So we've got a couple hundred metres or whatnot, and an Aston Martin's already mugged me going into that first corner. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Probably more than a couple hundred metres to be fair, but even so, that's insane how much he's managed to mug me there. And you see there's another Aston Martin coming up the inside there, goes for an almighty dive bomb and gets the move done. Really nice move to be fair, nothing I could do about it. I just saw it too late, so I couldn't react, and that's dropped us to P6 already. So we've dropped 2 positions, and nothing really we could have done about it at all. And you can see now P7, PRT. The man from Poland has gone around the outside. Could I potentially outbrake him and keep the inside? I can just about. There we go. Oh, yeah. Whew, that was close. Okay, so there you go, straight away. You can see I managed to keep position, but the Renault rear end stepped out easy peasy. Just ridiculous. All the Polish guy was going to go for a move up the inside then. I didn't know if he was going to go for one there. Just managed to keep the position. Again, looking out for the penalties. Now, I did find the Renault is quick through this middle sector. So for turns 4, 5 and 6, not bad at all, pretty quick, but as soon as I'm out the slipstream, I am losing a lot of time because the top end is pretty much non-existent. You can see how much time I've gained on the Spaniard in front of me. Now I think he's cut that corner, especially there as well. That looked like it should be a penalty in my eyes, and he's lost the rear end a lot, but he doesn't get one, and I was just scratching my head because I didn't get it, because it was just every other day of the week that's a penalty, and he didn't get one. You can see well out of control there. Somehow managed to keep that Renault planted, but that rear end once again proving to be a real menace, and yeah, just about managing to keep it under control. So yeah, we move ahead a little bit then. So we're going to lap 3. As you can see, there's a guy up ahead. He served his penalty, and that's going to put us up into P5 now. And then as we go to lap 5 here, right on the back of the Spaniard, I've only got 2 corners to go, potentially get a move done, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I'm right on the back of me. You can really see the advantage of the Renault, and again, I should really... Oh, hello. I've gone to the right hand side. I haven't got the top end. I haven't got it. That's a shame. It's annoying because I feel like he should have had a penalty there. You know, you want to beat him fair and square, but at the same time I'm thinking to myself, how did he not get a half-second penalty for the earlier incident? Really bizarre. And then for the third race I want to show you is the race I did in last night's stream. So I haven't got a direct recording, which is annoying, but I'm going to go over the replay for you. You can see the lobby is absolutely stacked. We've got Thunders, got Quinton, Super GT, Agu in 6th. Who else we got? We got Rory as well. Adventure Racing. Absolutely stacked lobby. DMRE, Dino. So many big names in here. Ridiculous. So we managed to get ourselves a 128.8 in qualifying in the Hyundai. And I want to kind of emphasise to you guys how good this car is. It's so stable. And if you are struggling, please do consider using this car because it's so stable coming out of these corners. Even then, full throttle, first gear, coming out of the turn 2, no issues at all. Could not believe the traction control is not on, you can see, and it is handling those corners like a dream. So we've got Thunders in front of us now. He has featured in my streams and videos a lot. He outbrakes himself here, he goes wide, potential move up the inside going through turn 3, but just haven't quite got the legs, and Thunders managed to get that Lamborghini under control. He keeps himself in P2. Now we know how fast Quinton is, so it's going to be a real struggle. Thunders seems to have some sort of internet connection issue here because he seems to be a little bit all over the place, going through turn 5 then onto turn 6. Again, no issues for the Hyundai. Absolutely drives like a dream, and I was pleasantly surprised. I was actually catching the Lamborghini, even top end wise, which was insane. Yes, I do have the slipstream, but even still, even if Thunders had the slipstream of the guy in front of him, I was still able to catch him, and I just couldn't quite believe it. You can see going through turn 7 and 8, no issues at all whatsoever. This Hyundai, I'm telling you guys, if you're struggling this week, please do pick it up and give it a try, because this is what I set my fastest time in. It's an absolute dream. Going through there, look, turn 1, third gear, easy. It's ridiculously easy. It's for an MR car, it's so stable, it's ridiculous. So look at the slipstream here. I know the Lambo's quick. Even with the slipstream, I was not expecting this Hyundai to have such a good go. So we managed to outbrake him here, but I outbraked myself far too much, and Thunders is going to get a lovely switchback, gets himself up to P2. But this is a really good race so far, really high profile names in here, and I'm having to do my absolute best to keep them. So Thunders is going to go to the right hand side, I'm going to pull over to the left. I try and brake late, just to make him brake even later, so then he potentially goes wide, but Thunders didn't fall for it. He nailed the brake point. You can see the Lamborghini once again, rear end really stepping out for him here. So I'm going to have to try and take advantage if I can of any mistakes he makes. Pretty late on the brake though, I should have braked a little bit earlier, almost into the back of him there. That would have been a disaster. We got ourselves a penalty. Going through the middle sector, 102.3, not too shabby. It's okay, it's been average, but we're alright. I hit some sort of yellow curb there. That's one thing I do want to mention in this video. If you're doing Daily Race B this week, do watch out for a bit of a yellow sausage curb on the inside of that corner. It really will unsettle the car. It's ridiculous. So we're going through turn 8, end of lap 2. You can see Thunders looks like he's gone wide there. Very similar to the chap earlier, but he doesn't get a penalty as well. So there seems to be I don't know, the track limits seem to be different to when I last raced here. They don't seem to be as strict. I don't know, maybe it's because we do a lot of FIA races at Red Bull Ring. Maybe they're a little bit stricter, but I don't know, they just don't seem to be as tight. But anyways, look at the slipstream here. Look how much of an advantage we're getting on Thunders here. So we're going to brake. I was thinking of a move up the inside, but it just couldn't quite do it. Now Thunders is a little bit late on the brakes. He sees me coming up the inside, decides to back out of it, and lets me move up into P2, which is absolutely awesome. So even in this absolutely stacked lobby, your boy right now qualified P3 in our Hyundai Genesis, okay, and he is currently in P2 in the race against these big names and these, you know, these players that are A+. They're fantastic players. So I'm really happy to find myself in P2 right now, but we just got to manage to, you know, game management's got to come into play here. We've really got to just concentrate, get our heads down, and come across the line and get this P2. I'm not too worried. There you go, 102 flat. That's much better. 3 temps up. I'm not too worried about Quinton in front of me. He's one of the best on this game. He's incredible. So I'm not thinking about that. I just want to cross the line here, get myself in P2. So we're going to go through turn 7 here, in 3rd gear, over to the left hand side, making sure we do not get 4 wheels on the green stuff, over the right hand side, clipping the apex and the inside of the curb on turn 8, Red Bull Mobile Corner, I believe it's called, and we cross the line 129.4. Now that's not a horrendous lap, that's pretty good, but we want to be lapping in the low 29s if we can. Going through this first corner once more, you see 3rd gear, easy guys, easy peasy, which honestly, out of all the cars I've driven, and I've driven about 10 cars around this circuit now just to test them, to see what it's like, this car is by far and away, I think, the best car to use. I really do. You could find that, oof, we get a bit of a nudge there, massive nudge, I think by Thunders by accident, so we do get a nudge there, but yeah, it's by far the easiest one. Now unfortunately, because of that nudge, I believe Thunders gets a penalty, and you're going to see here he just drops back, and yeah, unfortunately drops down to P4, so that gives us a bit of breathing space now, which is exactly what we need, and there's a bit of a gap to the guy behind us, and because of that I managed to relax, pull away a little bit, and we actually jump and finish the race with a 129.2 by ourselves, and we managed to get P2. And I just wanted to give a massive shout out to this car, guys, because it is fantastic, and yeah, if you are struggling, please do use that car, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here, and have an awesome end to 2020, and hopefully, fingers crossed, 2021 is a lot better for you. But yeah, take care, have a good one, ta-da.